guys, this is Kat. Welcome back to Carry Yarn. Today we're going to be talking about dropping stitches. It's inevitable with knitting that you will drop a stitch. It's okay, don't panic. There's an easy fix. All you need is one of these. This is a crochet hook. I'm using a 5.5 millimeter addy swing, but any brand of crochet hook will do. You'll see when you drop a stitch on the knit side that there's a series of ladders that form behind the actual stitch. So here's your drop stitch, this little loop here, and then the ladders are formed behind it. Remember that with the knit stitch, that your working yarn is always in the back when you go to knit the stitch. Well, the same holds true for the ladders when you're going to fix a stitch. So the ladders are always going to be behind this drop stitch here when you go to fix your work. Now, what I do with this, in order to go in and fix it, is I go in, pull up this loop, and I take the rung of the ladder that's behind the stitch, and I pull it on top of the hook so that the hook here is facing downward, the rung is on top, and I pull it down through the loop and pull it up. You'll notice that the lovely little V's have started again. And go in, put it on top of the hook, pull it down, pull it through. Go again, you put it on top, pull it down, and pull it through. And you notice that those lovely little V's for the knit stitch are actually appearing once you pull the rungs through. Now, once you get to the top part of your crochet and you have no more, the crochet hook here, you have no more rungs to pick up, you're going to take this needle and you're going to go in from the front to the back and orient the stitch as you normally would. Then you'll be able to go in and knit as you normally would. Now, what happens if you have dropped a stitch on the purl side of your work? Well, let me knit through here. We'll come back and I'll show you what to do. Okay, so I knit through and purled a few stitches so that you could see that the prior stitches that we fixed over here have been fixed. But we've noticed that on the purl side of the work, we've gone in and dropped another stitch. Who knows? Well, remember when you're purling that your working yarn is in front of your work. The same will be done with the rungs of the ladder. So instead of the rungs being in back, they're going to be in front. And you'll notice that the stitch that's dropped is in the back of those rungs. So what you're going to do is you're going to go in and pull up that loop from top to bottom and put it on your hook. And you're going to take the rung and pull it up through the loop. So you'll see that the purl bump has started. Again, you're going to go and take it, make sure that the rung is in the front of the loop. You put your hook in from top to bottom, and you're going to pull the loop up, the rung up through the loop. And you'll see that those lovely purl bumps are forming. So again, the ladder, make sure that it's in the front of the stitch, go in from top to bottom, and pull up the loop. And you'll continue doing that until all of your stitches have been picked up. And you'll notice that those lovely purl bumps are back. Yay! So, you'll just do the same thing that you did and put that stitch back on your needle and purl away. Now, you may ask why I chose a 5.5 millimeter hook and not something smaller or something larger. Well, with certain types of yarn, you'll notice that the yarn is actually made up of several different strands. So with a worsted yarn, you may have one or two strands work together, and this is what's called the weight. Now, a thinner yarn will have less strands, or thicker yarn will have more strands. When you're going in to pick up your stitches, if you use a smaller crochet hook than the size of your yarn, you run the risk of sticking your hook through the yarn and causing a separation in the strands, and it makes for a not so nice piece of fabric because you can actually see the separation as you go. When you're using commercial yarn, you'll notice that there's a chart on the back of this. This is Red Heart Super Saver. I'm just using this for demonstration purposes. But you'll notice that this is a medium weight yarn, a size 4, also known as a worsted weight. You'll notice that they're calling for a 5.5 millimeter crochet hook or a 5 millimeter knitting needle. Now, the size of your needles may vary from project to project, so you want to make sure that you're following your instructions, but this is general guidelines for this type of yarn. And you'll notice that you'll have less separation if you use the crochet hook that you need to use for that weight of yarn to pick up your stitches. As always, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up and subscribe down below. If you have any questions, you can always reach me by email. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.